we doing, everybody? This is the Pop Music Freak back with another song facts countdown video. We're up to number 917 in our top 1,000 countdown of my favorite songs of all time. It is a song by someone who was a big-time heartthrob in the early 80s, probably first half of the 80s. An artist that actually had his first record in 1972, but it remained pretty obscure because it was kind of out there. It was kind of religious. And when you hear that song, I don't think you figure 10 years later he's going to be one of the biggest superstars on the charts and one of the biggest heartthrobs, a successful soap opera actor, and someone who would have many big hits. If you rank the top artists of the first half of the 80s, he was in probably the top 20, maybe even the top 10. I am talking about Rick Springfield. We are here at number 917. The song is his first huge smash, the song Jessie'S Girl. Summertime 1981, you could not get this darn song off the radio. It was so huge. So let me give you the song facts on this number one hit for Rick Springfield. Jessie'S Girl is a song written and performed by Rick Springfield. It was released on the album Working Class Dog, which was released in February of 1981. The song is about unrequited love and centers on a young man in love with his best friend's girlfriend. Upon its release in the United States in 1981, Jessie'S Girl was slow to break out. It debuted on Billboard's Hot 100 chart on March 28th and took 19 weeks to get to number one. It reached it finally on August 1st, 1981, one of the slowest climbs to number one at that time. It remained in that position for 2 weeks and would be Springfield's only number one hit. The song was at number one when MTV launched on August 1st, 1981. The song ultimately spent 32 weeks on the chart. Billboard ranked it as a number 5 single for 1981. The song also peaked at number one in Springfield's native Australia and later won him a Grammy Award for Best Male Rock Vocal Performance. Jessie'S Girl was released in the United Kingdom in March of 1984 and peaked at number 43 on the UK singles chart. Springsteen, I knew I was going to do that mistake, but Springfield recorded an acoustic version of the song on his 1999 album Karma. I knew I was going to do that. Anyway, let's keep going. Background. Springfield was taking a stained glass class. Also in the class were a friend of his named Gary and Gary's girlfriend. Springfield initially wanted to use the actual name of his friend, but instead decided to go with a different name. He chose Jessie because he was wearing a t-shirt with the name of a football player, Ron Jessie, on it. Springfield says he does not remember the name of the girlfriend, and he believes that the real woman who inspired the song has no idea that she was Jessie'S Girl. He told Oprah Winfrey, "I was never really introduced to her. It was always just like panting from afar." Springfield told Song Facts that Oprah's people tried to find her, and they got as far back as finding out the teacher of the class who died 2 years previously, and that his class records were thrown out 1 year after his death. In 2006, the song was named number 20 on VH1's 100 Greatest Songs of the 80s. So there's some information on that. Okay, let's look at chart performance. Besides, of course, hitting number one on the Billboard Hot 100, it hit number one on Cashbox and it hit number one on Record World. In Australia, it hit number one. In Canada, it hit number 6. U.S. mainstream rock chart hit number 10. In New Zealand, it hit number 21. And then upon the time that it was released in the UK, it was also released in Ireland and it reached number 25 there. Year-end chart for Billboard, it was number 5 for the year 1981. On Cashbox, it was ranked number 3 for the year 1981. And on the all-time chart in Billboard, it was ranked number 186 as of 2018. It's dropped a bit since then. Now, in terms of certifications, in Canada, it was certified gold. In the UK, it was certified silver. And in the US, it was certified gold. And it was just short of 2 million copies. Just short of platinum in 1981. In fact, it was 1,961,000 as of the filming of this video. Let's see. So you got a couple interesting remakes. American rock band Coheed and Cambria released a music video entitled Jessie's Girl 2 on their YouTube channel, which was pretty interesting. Creative. That didn't really go anywhere, but pretty creative. In regards to the songs used in films such as Boogie Nights, 13 Going on 30, and Suicide Squad over 20 years after its original release, Springfield commented, "I'm thrilled by it. As a writer, all you can ask is that a song has legs. It has an appeal that keeps coming back." Jessie's Girl was covered on Glee, like just about every other song ever made, on the episode Laryngitis in 2010. Kind of storyline on Glee, they kind of mirrored what happened in the song. With that, it ended up being a hit. The Glee version was huge in Australia in 2010. In fact, it went certified gold. I don't have the actual chart figure of where it charted, but it definitely was a huge seller. So, other than that, I mean, just to get back to his early career, before that, he had a hit out of the box in 1972 called Speak to the Sky, which was kind of religious in tone, certainly. After it, had a couple of very minor hits. Comic Book Heroes was an album in 73 that kind of did okay. It hit the bottom of the charts. Wait for Night in 1976, same thing. Hit the very bottom of the chart. Didn't really have any big hit singles. Didn't really explode till 1981. He was on General Hospital, obviously. Those of you that are aware of, who were alive 41 years ago, like I was. He was a big soap opera star, and he was like the hunk that all the women were wild about. And he ended up having some big success, starting with this song. Let me see. Do I have anything else in the top 1,000 by him? I'm not sure if I do. But he had many hits. He had I've Done Everything for You, which was a follow-up single, Jessie's Girl. Love Is Alright Tonight was a number 20 hit. I've Done Everything for You was a number 8 hit. It was a Sammy Hagar written song that he covered. And then in 82, he had another huge hit with Don't Talk to Strangers, which hit number 2 for 4 straight weeks. It was out the same time as Ebony and Ivory. Couldn't break through to get to number 1. But it was a strong number 2 and sold 1 million copies as well. You have other songs. Affair of the Heart was a top 10 hit in 83. Human Touch was a top 20 hit. Souls was a top 20 hit, I think, in the very beginning of 84. Love Somebody hit number 5 in 1984. A couple other small hits. Bruce, Celebrate Youth, State of the Heart. So he's kind of relevant. Bop Till You Drop. Yeah, I remember that. So he's kind of relevant through the mid-80s. He had a good 5-year run of hits. So he's turned, one big song and became a good run. So you got to give him credit for that. So I think those all the song facts I have for you on this record, Jessie's Girl by Rick Springfield, number 917 on my top 1,000 list. I might be able to get one more video out today. Kind of want to stick with 3 a day is my goal each day to try to get out. So we have 3 now, and there was one that I didn't get to. The other day I only did 2. Oh, actually yesterday I only have 2. So catching up. All right. So I hope you like this video. I hope you share it. I hope you subscribe. Making a drive towards 1,000 subscribers this week. I hope I get there by the weekend. And hit that bell. Notify you when I have more videos coming out, when they're released, when they're up and running. And the copyright gods didn't snatch them up and say no. I've been battling with that, as you all know. But I think we're going to win this fight. All right. So thank you, folks, very much. I wish you peace and love.